You want?
Okay, I'll start with Wilmer.
Okay.
I will check that out when I'm done with Lesson Cyber. Get into it. So, I know you're looking for general, tips and stuff like that, so we'll play a few games, kind of go from there. But if you have anything that comes into mind, do not hesitate to ask.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, so I'm going to swap off Olimar.
Okay.
One reason is that Kazuya, while he can fight Olimar decently, it's really grueling because you're so slow. So it's just going to make it overly difficult for you, and I'd rather get something that's a little bit more kind of evenly paced. So we can just kind of dissect games more, because that's just not going to be very beneficial for you.
Yeah, I got destroyed.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. You know what? We're gonna keep it. I'm gonna go Ganon. Let's see how this goes. Two slow boys.
That's a weird angle.
The down tilt's up, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you got me? Yeah.
So, one thing I noticed there is I felt like, and this could be still maybe you're not the most comfortable like doing the inputs as you're going through. I felt like the button times where you'd walk at me and you would kind of just like do nothing, right? Like I was never threatened. It wasn't like you're immediately coming into the hit or anything like that. You kind of just walk at me, maybe do like crouches intermittently, either trying to do certain setups or inputs or whatever it is. But I felt like that made it really easy to intercept. So that might be something that comes with more practice. Or if you just know how to do the inputs and you're already really fluid with them, just getting him out a bit earlier to try and intercept me, especially with a character like Ganon who doesn't have those projectiles. Felt like your recoveries were also a little poor in the sense that you would burn a lot of your resources really quick. Like you would up B and then jump with an air dodge every time, right? Where it's like drift in, then up B, right? You can kind of like segment it so you don't have to burn it all, because if you burn it all and then you get hit, then you have nothing. Let yourself drift in because you don't have the best airspeed. Or maybe you can start with an air dodge, right? And then you can up B and then jump, because that up B does have that really big hitbox on it, so you can try and recover yourself that way. So just mixing that up a little bit more, so you're not always getting caught in the same spot, and then working on your approaches being a little bit less vulnerable while you're coming in there. You know, if you want to run back and shoot some laser, that's fine. I am a slow character, I don't have a projectile, so you can try and exploit that.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go!
That was
DLC.
Yeah, that is terrible. Yeah. But it'd be like that.
Oh, thank. Was it worth it?
I didn't even want to do it. I honestly wanted to grab the ledge. And you were there, and I was like, well, I guess we're doing this.
Yeah.
I saw you try to do it there. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. There you go.
I definitely thought the game was a bit better, especially in the beginning, right? You ended up catching me with a really good setup. You got me with the electric god, whatever the fuck it's called, fist. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you got your damage, and that was good. I think you definitely could have pulled back a little bit more at the end, because I started waiting. I started playing a bit more patient and waiting for you to maybe commit or go for some type of movement or not be ready, and then I hit you. And that made it a bit easier for me. But I did like how you changed your recovery there. You still did kind of do it in the, you know, up B jump air dodge, but you kind of broke it up. It wasn't all burn it all at the same time or right after another. It was like up B, drift in a little bit, things like that. And it was a lot harder for me to intercept it. Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
Honestly, really solid. I like the gimp you got me there with. Kind of fun a little bit more off stage. By the way, I don't know if your stage is set to random. If you want to set it to random, just some variety, or if you want to play FD, it's up to you. But yeah, I thought that was good. I'm gonna be switching, changing up general character archetypes as we go through. So I
Okay.
don't want to make it super static. We're gonna play one more with Ganon, but I thought that was solid.
Okay.
I do think there are times where you could try and get a little bit more combo stuff out of it, right? Like if you can get those big hits, great,
Yeah.
definitely get them. But you don't want to just like do the same thing over and over again, right? Find ways to get those other small hits. And if you want to rinse and repeat, that's fine. But just trying to mix it up a little bit more. Because you're getting grabbed, but you're not getting much off of it. You're not getting a lot when you hit me when I reset. I usually am pretty safe off stage or coming back to ledge, except for, I'd say really the one time where you managed to stage spike me. Because being a fighting game character, you know, you do have that high combo potential.
Yeah, you got the read, but
Yeah, I was a little off on it that time.
oh, you got me. That's not fair.
That's Ganon, and I probably died not perfectly.
Can't believe I reacted to that on Wi-Fi.
Sometimes you just hit it, you know?
Mm-hmm. There you got that, yeah.
So you're usually starting out pretty solid, like you'll catch me, and then I feel like as the game goes on, you have a harder time mixing up your game plan. Or if I start to kind of figure out your general timing, you just end up not being able to kind of adapt faster. So what I want you to try and do is, as we're going through, you know, maybe start on the first stock, do your strategy. If it works, cool. If not, even if it does work, you know, just be ready to change it up as we're going through, right? Because it's not like a one-size-fits-all option, so you're going to need a little more static. And since you do have those multiple stocks to work with, as I'm punishing you, be like, okay, he caught my ledge option here. Let me try something different next time, and stuff like that. Hey, Choir Warrior.
Not sure how this is gonna go.
Well, only one way to find out.
3, 2, 1, go!
that was really good.
Jeez, okay. There you got me, yeah.
Yeah, the reason I wanted to go Sheik is it's like the polar opposite again, and like instead of like a strong, you know, only need a couple places to kill you, it's more so chip you down and trying to abuse you with frame beta, get combos, and keep you in disadvantage and stuff like that. And I want to see how you handle those because it's very different. That felt not bad. It definitely is gonna, like, games like this are gonna give you more opportunities to find those comebacks, to get those kills if I can't secure my kills, right? And that's exactly what you did that second stock. I think that was really good. One thing to keep in mind, because I'm by no means a Kazuya expert, but, you know, trying to utilize certain moves with either invincibility or armor, whatever it is, to try and brute force your way through if you know something's going to happen is something from the Kazuya's Eyefall, who I find to be very effective options. Like, oh, okay, I know he's going to come in. Let me do Electric Wind God Fist or whatever the fuck it's called. Or let me do, you know, the Tombstone Crusher thing where his legs are invincible and stuff like that. And that's really the way to catch them. So I think trying to implement those more, if you're in an uncertain spot, or if you read what they're going to do, can help a lot. It can get you good hits or kill early.
If I put it to random, will all legal stages be swapping through?
Yeah, because it's my rule set, so it'll rotate to them all.
Okay, yeah, I'll put the random after this.
Okay. I think I might have Calibastion on still. But
fine, I like that stage.
Okay.
The background looks good on it.
No, I want the dash tag.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, that was solid. That was solid. What do you feel like is your general... Where do you feel like your general struggle with the player or with the character? Where do you feel that is?
Where do I feel like I'm at?
Yeah, like, what... Obviously, you want to improve as a player, but what do you think, like, your weak areas are in your gameplay that you think you really need to improve upon?
Well, in terms of Kazuya specific, I'm very inexperienced with him. This is like I'm barely past 2 weeks with him, so
Yeah.
I still have a lot of refining to do on just maximizing damage and whatnot.
Okay.
And weaknesses, I'm not sure. I'm at a point to where I'm just not sure what to do to get better right now, so that's why I'm doing lessons,
Sure.
just to see what I can improve on.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's just small things. I just overall just improving, getting better fundamentals, and
Yeah.
just all that.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Figured I'd pick your brain
That's
on it
why I
some.
didn't have anything
Yeah.
specific. Because I didn't feel like there was anything specific this time. Because last time I didn't know what to do with projectiles, and that helped
Yeah.
a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably be swapping up character again here soon. Gonna keep you on your toes because there's definitely gonna be like a variety of matchups where you're like, okay, this feels really good or this one doesn't. Give you like obviously with the Olimar it's a lot more stressful to deal with because I'm throwing so many things, but I'm also extremely lethal with him. Whereas someone like Sheik's a lot more like tapping you constantly.
Plus, your Olimar is just insane. So. I thought that would hit you.
Ooh.
Oh.
Percent too low, so you didn't get any stage spike.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think with you, it's definitely so far from what the games I'm seeing. It's one, making sure you're not getting your gameplay kind of like you don't want to stay stagnant like I was talking about before. We kind of just go through the same motions all the time, being a little more dynamic in that. And with a character like Kazuya, I think he's unique in the sense that there's so many options, there's so many combos or inputs you can do with him that it's hard to always know what to do. So I would treat it almost like how I view Olimar, where it's like there are times where I can go for a really simple up smash up air or like, you know, down throw fair, but you know, sometimes if I have white coming up, it'll be down throw side B fair, right? And finding ways to inch out more with certain inputs or certain setups that you might not normally think of to try and exploit your opponent's almost lack of knowledge, right? But like if I'm Olimar and I do down throw side B, that's not, you're not getting hit by anything, it's not purple. But they let me do it a lot of the time. So you could probably find something like that with your Kazuya to where you're going to be able to punish them. Or like get more out of it.
In those situations, am I just forced to burn off stage like that? Or like when I'm in the corner over there?
Like, were you saying when you're like, back to the ledge? Or
I was like way off stage in the corner over there.
Oh,
I had to up early so I wouldn't die.
yeah, you're gonna have to do that sometimes. There's nothing wrong with like mixing it up, but you don't want to fall into, oh, I always do it in this order every single time.
Yeah. Oh, I did it again. Oh, dang, yeah.
That was such a wacky ending to that stock. Ugh. Satoru? If you wait until I'm done with this lesson, I could probably recommend one. Hey, Diamond. So I'm gonna swap it up again. I think you were handling the Sheik. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna give you one more game of Sheik. And what I want you to try and do in this is keep in mind how I've been pressuring your shield, right? It's been a lot of like fair mixed up with jab, mid mixed up with grab, right? I'm trying to wait and punish you. So if you can, oh, sorry, I just lost train of thought. If you can try and intercept that and go, okay, I know when he's gonna jab, or I know what he's gonna do after the forward air, then I can make. Because if I forward air and then rapid jab you, free punish, right? If I just run up and try and empty, you know, like tomahawk grab you, or just run up grab you, you can intercept me with a hit, right? So I want you to try and really focus on those interactions where we're getting in, you know, see if you can intercept me there, see if you can hit me, and then when you're getting, you know, combo or whatever, focus on DIing away, mixing up the recovering, and then go from there. Because you already have an idea of how you want to hit me with those moves. It's just finding a way to get in, and I think in these last couple of games, I've had a really easy time intercepting you and kind of getting your own rhythm down.
Yeah.
So I'll stay Sheik one more game. So yeah, just what we're talking about, I think you got no problem.
Oh dang, she's light. Okay.
Yeah, she is.
Well, okay.
All right.
Sure. The Sakurai?
Activated your credit card real quick.
Yeah. Bad thing about playing characters like this is they have degenerate stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not why I play this character. But
No, you're good, dude.
yeah. Yeah, you waited. Oh, I only jumped.
Gotcha. Honestly, I thought that game was pretty solid overall. I liked how in the beginning you started out a lot more aggressive, right? Like you would kind of like gradually work your way in, intercept me if I delayed myself, right? If I wasn't swinging fast enough, and then get your hit, knock me off stage, and you got a little bit more reserved towards the end there. And honestly, I had an easier time when you would be more reserved because that let me kind of set the pacing of the match with a character like Sheik. And I think playing a bit more aggressive and saying, hey, I'm threatening here, I'm coming through with some of these hits, even if not necessarily always with a hitbox, right? But sometimes just your presence, like, hey, I'm inching towards you, right? That's a really good way to pressure if you don't want to do it. And that's not to confuse like what I was talking about that game one where you were kind of just crouch walking towards me, because that you're just coming at me doing nothing, right? But instead kind of like let me gradually come in chunks, right? Like, hey, I just moved forward a little bit, now I'm back to like reacting or ready to attack and that type of stuff, right? So I think that was a really solid mix up there. I liked how you did that. I think the big thing that kind of gave me an edge over you as the game went on is I got a better idea of when you were timing things. Like you saw I hit you with that back air to kill you because I delayed it. I was kind of inching in and out, and I was fine with chipping you down, right? So if that's going to happen, if I'm the one almost waiting and sitting right outside your range, that's when you've got to overshoot to try and come in and get me. It's almost like a game of rock, paper, scissors, right? Like retreating. Sorry, let me think how to describe this appropriately. Spacing beats regular approaching, but overshooting beats spacing beats whiff punishing, but overshooting beats spacing in this sense. Because it's like when you overshoot those things, they're going to try and outspace you and they're going to whiff. But if you just overshoot after they whiff and you don't try and play that spacing game with them where you're losing, then you can catch them on their way back. I explained that terribly, but it's like when I'm coming in at you, right? And I'm trying to like just hit you, and then I retreat. That's when I'm retreating is when you can come get me.
Okay.
Alright, so
So in that situation where you waited my fair and back aired me, instead of fairing, what should I have done? Should I have drifted back?
You could have just tried to up B, right? Because I don't think you up B yet. You could have just let yourself recover in a way that was going to be more focused on getting you back to stage as opposed to trying to fight your way back out there. Because even if we traded, right, then you were going to probably die. Okay, so we're gonna mix it up. Do a little DLC of my own. But overall, I think that game, out of all of them, was some of the best kind of change up in your gameplay. So don't be afraid to play a little bit more aggressive, right? Give it a shot. We just have to find like a really good rhythm for how you want to play, so you can identify better when you need to change it up. So that's a big thing. Players oftentimes like lock themselves into one style of gameplay. Oh, it didn't buff the jump. I guess I didn't have one.
Does that move 2-frame?
No, I think you shoot. No, I'm so mad at myself.
I would have tried saving you, but I was in my animation.
You're good, you're good. No, I want dog, kill the dog.
got me.
Ugh! What was that? I got so like shook after that hit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. So with Pyramithra, what I'm going for is like more of a in between, right? It's like literally like if you put Ganon with a sword and Sheik with a sword together, because it's a really powerful slower character and it's a really faster combo heavy character, but they're both going to be spacing you out and stuff like that. But so what I liked how you were doing there was kind of starting out a bit slower. You realize you had the reflector, so you can try and do that on my side B. Big thing is just getting your hits, resetting out of those combos if you can, DIing away and stuff, getting back on the ground, and then fighting me when I do come in. So I just want you to keep working on that. And then we'll kind of just keep going and see how you're handling overall stuff. There are some tricks like Pyro and
Oh, I read it.
Yeah. There are some stuff they like to do, like those auto-cancel aerials like that, right? Where it's like I auto-cancel the up air, and then I immediately do something out. But overall, I think you're handling this stuff well, so we'll just kind of keep going from there.
Okay. Oh, dang. I was still in startup and I got hit. Oh. I wasn't ready for that. This shows him getting kind of desperate for kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me.
Like, I'm fine if you just want to come in and keep swinging and stuff like that. I have no problem to just be like, I have a sword. You can't do that. So, okay, sorry. So what you got to start doing when that's happening is, like I was saying earlier, where it's in more of an incremental approach, right? Like, let me swing first, and you won't always get a direct punish, but instead it's more like, okay, I didn't punish there, but now I'm a little bit closer. Now I have an idea of what they want to do when I'm up close to their shield, right? How can I punish from there? I'm actually going to look up something real quick about Kazuya.
Okay.
So his fastest out of shield option realistically is like up
Isn't it up
B.
air?
It's up air is technically a frame faster, but up B is probably your best thing to catch, right? So it's not even that fast. It's frame 12, but if I'm overcommitting something up close, there's a good chance your up B can catch me, I'd imagine, just because of how generous it is
It's a big
on the
hitbox,
start,
yeah.
right? So don't be afraid to throw that out sometimes. If you think I'm going to shield, you can try and grab, even if you don't have the fastest grab. If you know I'm going to commit to that shield, then you can catch me from there from close, stuff like that.
Yeah, you got me. There you go, yeah.
You got me.
Oh, I don't know why I did that.
Not one of my smartest decisions, but just stock to burn, so I'm not depressed. Oh no, oh no, oh no, we're not doing that.
Why not?
I don't like that.
I got baited really hard. That didn't hit? Okay.
Oh no!
Okay, if you died for that, that was not deserved.
I was like, oh fuck, no, he caught me. Yeah, you saw, like, you hit me with some crazy quick 70, I'm fucking shook, I immediately get out of there, right? And that's when, if you want to do something, maybe try and poke with an up air, because you can double jump cancel it, although you probably can't do it that high. You know, just try and figure out little ways to try and creep up. Maybe you could use your command grab them up, they're shielding, right? But you don't want to just jump in and be like, hey, I'm coming up, I'm forcing my way up. But you saw how much respect I gave you the moment you started getting something scary on me, or you got a quick amount of percent. I was like, oh no, I'm in threat of dying, so I have to get out of here. So
Yeah.
that type of stuff, understanding how your opponent responds to that information is equally as important as even knowing how to do it in the first place. So you can try and exploit it in the future. Like, oh, I think he's going to jump here. Let me read him and not be him, something like that.
I'm not actually sure what would happen if I decided to beat you on the slant. I think that might have been bad DI.
Maybe, but it was a down smash at the ledge, like 120 on Yoshi, so it's not too crazy. I would be more like, probably shouldn't have done the command grab there, just because you were at ledge level, so it was really easy to intercept you, especially with how the slants go down. Like right there, it looked like you were more focused on attacking and trying to come at my level than going, okay, he's on the platform, I'm not, I need to get back to stage.
Oh, okay.
Because I have such big disjoints, it's really easy for me to just come out there and be like, nope, you're gonna die now.
Bro, that's smash, really? Okay.
Alrighty. Oh,
Yeah.
unfortunate. So, do you feel like you have a decent idea of what you want to go for? Like, do you think you have a pretty solid game plan when you go in with Kazuya?
For like punishing and what I want to get with
Just
my
like
advantage.
in general, right? Like if you're fighting like a Pyramithra, for example, do you know like, okay, I know I want to hit them with these combos. I know I need to watch out for these setups. Like I know what I want to accomplish or how I'm going to probably get the game, right? How I'm gonna get my kills, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we're playing, where do you feel like you're kind of not reaching those marks, right? Where do you feel like, okay, I'm not able to achieve this or I'm not able to achieve that? What do you think is giving you trouble there?
I'm part of it is I'm not hitting kill confirms on you.
Okay, is that a Wi-Fi thing? Is that a practice thing? Is
No, that's
that a
just me.
DI
That's
thing?
just me.
It's you? Okay.
Yeah.
So what I like to do when I have when I'm struggling to hit like certain confirm something, like maybe I mess up a down throw or bear or something like that with Olimar, is I like to really like focus. Like next time I'm in that spot, I think very hard as I'm hitting those inputs, like execute just like this, right? Because it's that muscle memory thing where you just need to let yourself do it. Give yourself the attention to be like, okay, let's do it. Don't like sit there and be like, okay, I have to hit this, I have to hit this. But instead let yourself actually like let your body focus on it in that sense. So you're not trying to rush it.
Mm. Ooh. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm dead. Yeah.
No,
Oh no, not.
what?
That's unfortunate.
Oh, that's bad, yeah.
That's it. Yep.
Nice, nice. That game, your movement and your general spacing was really on point, right? You saw it was a lot of that like gradual kind of, hey, I'll come at you or I'll move back in pieces, right? It's not committing this entire like, oh, I have to run at you from here, I have to run away from here. Okay, now I'm close, now I can intercept you, or oh, I let you whiff and then you can punish, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was a really good implementation of that. You were getting your kills a lot better there, right? You got your rage drive move. You got some really good confirms with the crumple move. I don't know what their names are. I apologize. Like the
Yeah. No,
the
you're
knockdown,
you're fine.
stuff like that. And overall, it just felt like you were utilizing a lot of your toolkit there. I really like the up out of shield, which is what we were talking about before. Where it's like if someone's hitting your shield, just and it's not safe, hit them, and that's exactly what you did.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that game was a really good kind of implementation of the things we were talking about. So I just want to keep seeing you doing that. And making those adjustments as they come through. Like, okay, he's adjusted my general spacing. He's overshooting now. Now I need to intercept him or something like that. Or I need to, catch him slipping for overextending.
I'm not sure if it's true, but I've heard you can get Mithra up air on shield to be -2.
You probably can. I don't know the frame off the top of my head, but it's like really brutal, I imagine.
I looked on Ultimate and it was saying -5, so there's probably some weird auto cancel window or something up there.
Maybe, yeah. -5 would likely be the safest data, frame data for it. So I don't know exactly what would need to be done to make it -2.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. But the person that said it was Larry Lur, so I'm like, I trust him.
You
So.
can't trust him. He's old. I'm just kidding.
You can't. Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He probably doesn't talk about.
So I was not sure.
Gotcha.
And he said he also heard it, so it doesn't mean it's true as well.
Yeah.
And that would have killed pre-patch. Okay.
Hopefully, I feel the same way.
I mean, I'll take it, but like.
Invincible,
Okay.
an idea I didn't
Invincible.
without trying to F-delete.
One thing I haven't fully understood is like, why didn't like tough guy work there? Is it only if I'm at high percent?
I'm not exactly sure how your tough guy works. So I can try looking it up real quick after this, but I'm not 100% sure.
Uh-huh. Oh, wait,
Like
yeah.
right there.
Well, that move also just has armor.
That's true.
Yeah, I would jump up.
That's what I mean, where it's like just armor through something. If you just know, just like you can just like cheese them out of that interaction. Go, no, I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, because electric's supposed to be invincible in frame 1. So I'm pretty sure it's only like his fists and maybe like his shoulder that's invincible. So I'm not completely sure though.
I can.
Because I know you can. I know. Because I know I can landing Nair, landing fair into electric buffer, and it's really good for shield pressuring. Because I believe Nair is like -3 and then fair is -5 or something.
Yeah.
So he's got some decent options. Oh, he's spaced, yeah.
No.
There you go. I didn't want to talk. I was just saying, here's the part where you tried to play Don't Get Grabbed.
Yeah, I was like, let me try and play like an in and out, like Foxtrot in there, do something. Terrible idea, terrible idea. Alright, Cyber says all of Electric when God Fist is invincible.
It is? Okay, I didn't know that.
More you know. I definitely recommend too, if you haven't already, give a good look over your Ultimate Frame Data page, so you really like familiarize yourself, like what does what, how safe it is, what parts are invincible, so you know, hey, I can try and brute force my way through this. Stuff like that. Alright, I'm gonna do, we got time for one more game. I'm gonna go Olimar, and I want you to try and implement some of the stuff we were talking about. You know, really mixing it up, trying not to let me kind of just overwhelm you, gradually working your way in, you know, knowing when you can swing back at me and stuff like that. You know, so let's try and culminate it into this last game, right?
Okay. Yeah, I thought Dragon Upper was the only crouch dash move that was fully invincible. I didn't realize Electric was.
I think that's one of the things that makes it so crazy, is that it's just full invincibility.
Mm-hmm. I didn't mean to do that. I was holding back.
I was holding straight out. Wait, let's go.
Oh yeah, you forgot you can do that.
Yeah, it's like Bowser's side D.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What a wonky command grab.
The interactions look so weird with that. Not gonna lie, I tried dash attack. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
I'm glad he has that. Ah, no!
Alright, you did better that game than you did the first one, and that's
Yeah.
a good sign, right? Like, you caught me with some stuff, and there was plenty of information there where you were kind of figuring out, like, oh, I didn't know you could whistle that, or I didn't know you could do that, right? So there's still that matchup knowledge. But overall, I think that was a pretty solid change of pace. I felt like you were able to get some of your conversions in there, get your damage. You tried to mix up your recovery pretty well. It's just each time I kind of caught you one way or another. Like the stock before that, I down smashed your air dodge, right? The stock there, I footstooled you. So it was different thing every time, and that's hard to be ready for all the time. But I liked that you were trying to mix it up. It wasn't the same thing every time. And I didn't expect you to do anything super crazy against Olimar, because even when I fought other really solid Kazuya's out there, it's like either I get destroyed because they hit me with some nonsense and I don't play it right, or I like 3-stock them, like some games. So it's very versatile. Or very volatile, I should say. But no, I thought that was a really good implementation of some of the stuff we were talking about, and I want you to keep working on that moving forward, trying to make yourself not as static, really thinking about, okay, how does my character interact with my opponents, and what can I do that beats it? Because Smash is really like a bunch of small games of rock, paper, scissors at any given moment. It's like this beats that, that beats that, so on and so forth. So it's to try and piece that together and understand. And since you are playing a character like Kazuya, you have that added benefit of being able to kind of exploit the psychological aspect. Similar to how I do when I play Olimar, right? Where I know people don't want to get, you know, hit with a purple smash, so they shield and then I break it. Or people jump when I down smash them, so then I back it and things like that. It's me recognizing how the average person will respond to that information and exploit that. And you can do that very good with a character like Kazuya, because you have so many different setups. People are scared. People know you hit hard. They know you have invincibility, so they won't always pick the right option, and you can exploit that. And if they do hold shield too long, you can break a shield with something. You can grab them. You can put them in a bad spot, and just trying to play to those strengths. So I want you to keep working on that, whether when you're practicing moving forward, whether it's on quick play, whether it's with someone, doesn't matter what it is, but keep kind of expanding that. Like you said, you've only been playing Kazuya for really a couple weeks at this point, so I don't expect anything too crazy. But I think just getting your gameplay a bit more dynamic, so you're not as static and trying to do nothing as you approach me like you were at game one, is the big thing, because that's going to make it a world of difference from you fighting someone.
I'm gonna try to do as much as Kazuya as I can, but would eventually a secondary be helpful for him?
I mean, it depends on what your goal is, what you're looking to do with him. I'm sure if you ask someone like Riddles, who I've seen online, maybe doesn't have the most confidence in the character, he would probably recommend it. But if you want to push yourself with Kazuya, I would definitely recommend for the foreseeable future focusing on him, because he is a complex character. He does have a lot of information to digest. And once you get that down, if you feel like, okay, I've really, you know, got a good grasp on Kazuya, and I feel like there's certain matchups that are either not worth the work to do it, like he can do it, sure, but it's a lot more work, or you just don't have an answer, then you can look into a secondary. But right now you need to kind of build your understanding. Or no, that's actually a good point, Math. Someone just recommended looking up Ronin X. He does play Kazuya still, I believe, so he's a good guy. I know he streams as well, so I'm sure you could always ask there and poke his brain on stuff. But just kind of seeing how they interact with stuff, and let yourself kind of digest it, because the big thing you don't want to do is play and then you go fight someone and then you're not even understanding why you're making those mistakes, right? If you're crouch dashing or crouch walking at me or whatever, and I'm hitting you, you know, you need to be able to catch that. If you're trying to do something and it's not working, you need to be able to catch that when I'm not there. And I think you're able to do that. You know, you made some solid adjustments from the last time we played and stuff like that, but it's kind of a gradual thing, because it is hard to learn a new character and also catch your fundamentals. I mean, even you can see that when I play a different character compared to Olimar, it's night and day, right? I can play Sheik, I can do whatever, but the overall, like, lethality of my Sheik compared to my Olimar is not even comparable. It's like one hits you, it's a little combo, the other one hits you, you're dead. And that's because with Olimar, I can play him almost like riding a bike. I don't have to think about a lot of these things, and when I do have to think, I'm so good at doing everything else, it comes naturally, and I can input my own decision-making where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Alrighty, man. Well, good stuff. I will let you know when the lesson is uploaded.
Okay, thank you.
And have a good night, dude.
Alright, yeah, have a good one.